Here we are, game number 2 between MCL and RFR. We're on the point of view from Spaden in red. He's playing as the Huns, and it is Arabia. Lovely. It's my favorite map. So he's Huns. It's a desert map, very open. So that's gonna call for some action here. He's up against Scrath. In blue, also as Huns. Also gold in the back and on a hill. But I think, unfortunately for Spaden there's no real wood in the back. Maybe at the side. That looks okay. But then this cliff here is cutting off this forest. So not an easy map to play for Spaden at all, while I think Scrath has loads and loads of wood in the back. It's rather easy to protect. Okay, let's check the other side. We have Lufis playing as the Mayans in yellow. Gold a little bit forward, but then again kind of close to the TC. Here this lake. Well, it can be walled with 2 palisades, not a big deal. This one is an easy wall, and then here probably a house will do the job. So, Lufis can wall if he wants to. Other resources in the back. Stone can be important, though in a 2 versus 2 you won't see plumes that early usually. You can go for it if he wants to. And then purple. We have always for MCL playing as the mains as well. Let's check out his map. This stone is okay. This stone here is kind of far for him because he has to walk around the entire forest. Does the stone touch the forest? No, so yeah, that's a little better. 2 boars in the front with eagles. It's always a risk, right? Eagle warriors can lame boars so easily. First boar coming in for Spaden. There's the scout for Scrath. I don't think he will be able to lame. Speaking of which, now there it is. Second boar for Spaden. And this boar is in the back, that won't be a problem. Alright then. That's an unnecessary palisade there, but again, probably faster to just drop a palisade than to scout the entire area here. Is the villager? No. Villager can't be trapped there, no chance. What is he doing? I don't know. Looks like it's paused. Okay, so we have a mirror match up. What are Huns gonna do? Well, it's basically a Hun war, so scouts sounds good to me, but then again it's a 2 versus 2, that makes it a little more complicated. Still, I think Mayans will go Drosh FC, and Huns will just yeah, try to harass maybe the other side, if possible, with the scouts. Depending on the map, obviously. I think the main players, they can actually wall if they want to. It's rather good maps here. Maybe this gold is a little exposed, but the wood and the berries are kind of close to the TC. That's all really one area. Okay, game is continuing. Second boar moving in for Scrath. I don't think we will see anything crazy really. It's gonna be, again, a Drosh for the main players. There's the barracks already. And here comes the house. It's gonna be followed by a barracks most likely. Let's check out Lufis. yeah, very, very low on resources. He's adding villagers on berries quite late, so yeah, that should be it. More interesting really what the Hans players will do. Since we have a farm here, that kind of indicates it's gonna be scouts. Same goes for Spaden. Yes. No barracks but a farm, so yep, scouts, and my bet is really they will try to hit the main players. Because the Hans player here, the direct opponent, will definitely expect scouts. That's what you do, but the mains here, they have to protect against archers and scouts, and that is always harder. You can keep scouts away, you know, just with palisades, really. Oh, I just got a message. I forgot to change the score. Sorry, that was probably my letter making me forget. One sec. So, score is 1-0 for RFR. Okay. 2 militia out, they're not on their way yet. This barracks here comes up rather late, if you ask me. Does Lufus have something else in mind? Is he maybe going for men-at-arms? But no, he doesn't have enough food for that. He's just a little late with the barracks, not sure why. Okay, this economy here looks really nice. 2 lumber camps, but did he actually build it close enough to the forest? Looks like there's some, yeah, a lot of walking time for villagers. Could micro that anyway. These 2 could be on this tree. This villager here is too far for sure. And so on. I think in Dark Age you have the time for such tiny details. Okay, now, always walling the front. Kind of walling out his gold here. His secondary golds are in the front as well. What's the plan for him here? He needs gold. No matter what he does, really. He's not mining stone either. Which could maybe explain the strategy, but no. Scrath trying to push deer here, but it's hard. It's such a narrow space, the deer sometimes the coat just breaks and the deer runs in circles. Okay, then here's the stable for Spaden. And stable coming up, not Spaden coming up, for Scrath there. This Drosh here is kind of late. I think always didn't really scout too much. Didn't know where he was going. Oh, but now this wood in the back is not walled. Why did Lufus not wall this with palisades? Would have cost him like 7, 8, no, not 7, 6 to 8 wood. Really cheap, but now he will have idle time on these villagers. Similar situation here. Drosh is not doing much yet. Oh, we'll always actually go to Spaden. That could be a nice one, but he should walk around the north. In the south it's not really a surprise anymore. Well, it's 4 scouts, he can take the fight now, but still, that delays Spaden, that gets a lot of damage onto his scouts. Good micro so far. He wanted to get this 1 scout. Okay, he got it actually. So that's still 1 scout for 3 militia and an eagle. Very nice fight. This Drosh here won't do anything. Blacksmith is coming up. I'm really curious what Always is doing there. Would use the market. Okay, and now he is actually mining stone. So that makes sense now. If he gets a market and stone, then he can go up to castle and go for plumed archers. Potentially drop the castle on this hill here in the front. He's already getting a watchtower to secure the area, which makes a lot of sense. I think Lufis should really read the map and see that all the golds are forward for always, and if you can take that away from an opponent, that is always the best you can achieve, I think. Economy here looking nice. I mean, as I already said, it's basically a Hun war. That is the standard discipline, really. That's what pretty much every player knows. Scores pretty even, just 20 apart. That is almost nothing. Two towers coming up now. So he's kind of investing hard here in securing this gold, which makes sense on some level, but then again, it's not like Lufis was pushing him hard. Let's check out Lufis and his archery ranges. What does he have in there? Fletching is coming up okay, but just 2 archers. Always is using the market now. Lufis is up to castle, so he really went for a rather tight build order and a quick castle age time. Always will be up much later. But then again, to take out 2 towers is not easy, especially with ranged units. It's just not gonna happen, right? Without siege. Some scouts now from Scrath moving in on the gold. I think Spaden will see it. It's close enough to the TC. He might be distracted in the front, but he should really pull back the villagers. Could lose a lot of villagers there, actually. Spearman moving in. Oh, there's bloodlines, so he can actually take the fight. There goes the spearman. Spaden completely off gold at the moment. Yeah, bloodline scouts are so strong. And I think he did get a +1 there. Oops. I think the patrol did something strange there for Scrath. He should have just pressed, or wait, actually I think he did press S for stop, and that's why they stopped for like a second. That makes sense. Okay, castle age. Crossbowman already for Lufis. How is it looking again for always in terms of stone? Yeah, he's 200 away from stone, so he cannot really drop a castle. I mean, he has no army at all. It's kind of funny, actually. Oh, I think he just sold a lot of resources to get this castle now. Nice positioning from the crossbowman. Is there anywhere to run? Maybe here. I think Lufis should stay here. This is a brilliant spot here to harass. Because there's not much wood either. Jesus. Crossbows could harass from here as well. Okay, let's check here. Is this Drush still alive? Even got 1 or 2 villagers. Scrath seems to be busy with a scout micro here at the moment. Very even fight again between Scrath and Spaden, just like in game number 1. Yeah, okay, so Spaden can defend now. Even was forced to build a tower. I'm not sure if that was necessary, now that he has like 20 spearmen running around there. Okay, a nice move from Lufis. Oh yeah. that's an easy target now. These villagers need to run. And feudal age skirmishers without any upgrades are not that hard to fight, actually. Okay, but now the scouts are moving in. Apart from that, I think Spaden will just wait for Castle Age. He's patrolling here in front of his gold and wood. Yeah, that's a safe way to play this. Lufus is fine anyway, top scorer in the game, so Spaden can play it safe, that's fine. Always got his castle, or the castle he really wanted there. And he's getting plumes. Lufus instead dropping a town center, still sticking with crossbowmen. It would be so easy to hit there. Let's go to Lufus's point of view and see if he... Yeah, he knows. He knows. He scouted this patch of wood. He sees the chopped trees, so he could go there. Okay, these scouts there will be useless rather quickly. Question is, will Scrath get all the upgrades, so like light cavalry, armor? Could consider it with this amount of units. And Spaden could consider the pikeman upgrade. That's really a lot of spearmen. Okay, yeah, crossbowman moving forward. Yeah, he's going in the right direction. I like this one here. But then again, he moved away from this spot. It would be really genius to harass both forests at the same time. Okay, let's see how this goes. Scout moved in. Now, Spaden transitioning to cavalry archers. Bloodlines have been researched, so these scouts, yeah, they might have been great in feudal age, but in castle age, nope. They can only do so much. Okay, that was a great trade. 1 plume against 3 crossbowmen. Yeah, plumed archers are really crazy. They're an anti-archer unit, actually, with their base armor, with their speed. So I think the longer the game goes, the stronger always will become here. Why did Scrath go for elite skirms? Well, of course he expected these to be good crossbowmen and then the transition to cav archers, but if one knight can make your entire army look like a joke, then you should maybe mix it up a little. Yeah, this is what I mean. Plume's just pushing back a higher amount of crossbowmen without any problems. Okay, these skirms have bracer plus 1 armor. Is that 4 knights now? Oh yeah. 4 knights, the cav archers have died, so again, time to run for the skirmishers, and this time I'm not so sure they will all get back. That's a nice hill there for Scrath, but is it enough for cav archers to actually scare Spaden off? I don't think so. If Spaden gets this hill, that would be lovely. Maybe even better this one. I think Scrath is in trouble at the moment. You lose this hill, then Spaden can try to climb on this one, and then build from there. Do whatever he likes. It's still closer than I thought. I thought Spaden would take this easily. But obviously Scrath can reinforce. He has all his archery range is right next to it. Still, I think, very good fight. And now Spaden is targeting the expensive units. Alright, so rather even fight then eventually. Scrath reinforced there pretty well. And between the Mayan players, to be honest, as expected, not much happening. Meso civilizations are just not great in Castle Age. They prefer to boom. Some raiding here, that is 6-7 units. Oh, some more dead units here, and well, now this is why plumes are preferable to crossbows. Look, they're crawling really, and plumes can run wherever they like. It's their blazing speed. I mean, they're not on a horse, right? No, being silly. Okay. Are the Swedish players teaming up now? Could be interesting. I mean, not much to do here in the Mayan base here from always. Towers, town centers, a castle. While Scrath looks like he could be taken on 2 versus 1. Again, it's a lot about hills, especially in the late game. So to have control over this hill is important simply because it's in the middle of the map. That's similar to chess. You want to control the middle, especially in 2v2. And then this one here, this could be yeah, the most vulnerable spot for Scrath. We should try to, I don't know, drop an outpost here. Again, plumed archers being plumed archers. Really humiliating the crossbowman fellows there. Some good raiding here from Spaden. Team scores 4,300 against 4,100, so small advantage I would say for the RFR team. Imperial Age coming up for always. Luffy's will be there even quicker. Yep, in just a moment now. Scrath is getting ballistics. And Luffy's is preparing to transition into Eagle Warriors. To me it doesn't look like Always has that in mind. Let's go to the point of view from Always. Yep, second castle coming up, so it looks like he will stick with plumed archers for a while at least. Oh, another nice snipe here from Always. These few vills will be in trouble. Okay. That's some good raiding from Always there. But again, he's really behind, 1,000 behind. Well, of course, there was just the Imperial Age, so that makes up for a couple of score points. And here come the Eagle Warriors, so Always will actually know what to deal with. Now, the question is, how will he react to that? Okay, what's going on there? It's just 3 Cav archers, nothing spectacular really. But well, Spaden is being forced to garrison here. Plumed archers here going down against the eagles, not a big surprise. Took long enough really. Okay then. Another castle coming up. I wonder what Always was waiting for. He had some stone. And if he wants to go for plumed archers, then he cannot really rely on one castle the entire game. And now Luffy is actually attacking Scrath, and I think that is a very smart move here, because yeah, the Mayan player is just more walled. That's natural. They want to go to Imperial quicker. But the Hun player wants to fight in Castle Age, doesn't need to wall, because he has mobile units in Castle Age, right? So he's an easy target. That's what we're witnessing at the moment. Eagle Warriors at what they're really good at. And that's raiding here. Killing units all over the place. And now Scrath, I don't know, transitioning to knights, or did he just have two stables in feudal age anyway? I think so. I really hope he's not going for heavy knights now, because that's never a good idea. You should go early on for knights. If you start with cav archers and drop 4 or 5 ranges, then suddenly to transition to knights will just throw you back, make you reach Imperial Age too late. Not really recommended. Okay, so Scrath can defend there for the moment. Some plumed archers helping as well. What is Baden doing at the moment? Now that's the question. Some idols here. What does he have in mind? Okay, found a spot. He's dropping a castle in the middle between himself and Luffis. Not sure what's the reasoning there. Maybe it's just a random castle to get conscription. This castle here looks better. It controls this gold, kind of gives him line of sight. Yeah, good raiding from Luffis. Keeping the Brazilian players in their bases. Now there's some plumed archers. They're elite. Bracer has been researched. Cavalier coming up for Spaden. Now that makes more sense. If you are in Imperial already, then you can actually make a move. And still, I still think I would prefer plumes and Cavalier instead of eagles and Cavalier. But let's see how it goes. I think anyway, Swedish team have an economy advantage. And usually, well, economy decides the game. These players, they know what they're doing. They won't send very bad unit combos into the fight. I think it's really more about raiding and how quickly you can develop your economy. Fast wall. Oh, but this is a nice spot. And there's no more point really to fight. Yeah, Luffy should just run. Okay, now. Well, always trying to raid, as always. Pun very much intended. What is Scrath doing now? Still on cav archers. That's gonna be hard. Really, really hard. 6,400 score against 7,500 score. And Luffis is in a much better position too. 8,400 against 6,000, well, call it 7,000. I don't know what is always waiting for. He's been untouched for the last 30 minutes. Okay, he's massing a lot of plumes, but he needs siege to back it up. With plumed archers you cannot take out buildings really. You need some forward siege workshops maybe here. And if they're not doing anything quickly, then I think Spaden will mass more and more cavaliers. Potentially even the paladins. That would be a little rare in 2 versus 2, but it's not impossible, right? Plumed archers are strong, but still, paladins are the perfect counter there. Oh, and I think now the eagles actually can surround the plumes, and that is that. Still, very annoying to chase plumed archers, especially on a standard Arabia, where they can hide in these tiny areas between lakes and forests. And it's really a pain against ranged units. Same for crossbowmen and conquistadors. You just can't touch them really. Okay, that's a lot of plumes now. +4 has been researched for Spaden. There's even more plumes coming. Scrath lost units for nothing here, not sure why. And now actually Lufus is adding some plumes. So very interesting game here. Lots of transitions going on army-wise. And economy-wise, I think they're not raiding as much as they could. So we will see 4 players who are more or less in a solid position. 111 vills for Lufus, 143 for Spaden, 80 vills for Always. Well, Mayans actually don't need that many vills, and if they go for plumes, then hardly any. And 109, 110 probably soon for Scrath. Now this is a death ball. How to fight that? And there's more coming. That's the bad news. Yeah, Lufus securing the front here. Probably knows that most action will be in this area here between the 2 players. Third siege workshop is coming up, well, in a Mayor War, which is basically taking place on the left half of the map. The main units are plumes and siege workshops, so that's what we will see from Lufus then. Oh, and I think Always just made a big mistake. He got surrounded by cavalry and in a 2 versus 1 situation because Lufus sent his army. What is Scrath doing now, I wonder? Cavalier coming up, plate mail armor coming up. He's really 5 minutes behind Spaden here. By the looks. What is Spaden flaring here? Extra golds? Yep, looks like it. First small group moving in, but I guess there will be more rams coming very soon. Just heard a trebuchet. Okay, so here's the push from Always. It's going for the center. Could be a good idea, because then he can really decide if Lufus is making his life hard here, then he can just branch out and try to go for Spaden or find a weak spot here in the back maybe. Gives you more options to fight from the center. But he should not forget about the sides here. Like here, losing a castle to 2 siege rams would be a shame. Okay, big fight coming up now. Plumes again got surrounded by paladins now. Lufus is moving in. Yeah, I think this might be the decisive battle. And Sweden definitely has the tech advantage. Paladin is a big upgrade, and Scrath does not have it yet. It's gonna take another minute. So, Brazilian team has to move back, and if you look at this, the numbers look much better, military-wise. 70 army, 55 against 48 and 36. I think that's clear. All RFR really needs now is to move in with siege. This castle here would be a nice win. Well, they can really decide which one to go for first. This one might be a little easier because it's not on such a big hill and this is actually a narrow space. Always easier to defend a narrow space. I guess that's why people like Black Forest, because you can defend forever. So, definitely the better option for RFR to go for this castle here. That will actually open the way for 2 golds. This one and this one will be safe to mine. This was a cool move. He built the siege workshop in front of the castle just to keep away the siege rams. I mean, it's a massive building there, but it's not gonna help forever. Siege workshop down. Nice move here from Scrath, taking out the trebuchet, but he should maybe consider targeting the siege rams because they're doing terrible damage to this castle. Yep, it looks like MCL can defend for the moment, but will... no, Oh wow, that was so close. Castle went down to 400 HP. Good job for MCL. I thought that would have been it. There was a big fight earlier, and then this push, I thought, okay, now that's gotta be it, but Scrath seems to be coming back really quickly into this game, pumping out paladins. But what is happening there? Why did Scrath build the markets in that corner, basically next to Spaden's starting town center, while this corner was completely unprotected? There was extra gold, so a castle here would have been ideal, and then trade from one corner to this one here. Why did they trade here? Anyway, that's not really the reason they resigned. I think they just saw the scores falling apart, and well, they fought harder, much harder than I thought. Gave a very good fight. So congratulations to RFR for winning this playoff. That means they will definitely make it to the top 16, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, it was a very, very good match here. It was a pleasure to watch it. Very even teams, I think. And yeah, let's go through the achievements. Scrath here never went higher than 42 army. It's not great. Spaden played it really well. 242 against 165. And the other players have, well, more or less even statistics there, or ratio. Wood here for Spaden, much better. And always, I don't know, that seems to be kind of his thing, to go up to Imperial quickly, make use of attack advantage. But he doesn't really have the economy to back it up. I think even in the water game before, he went up to Imperial just a tiny bit too soon. He didn't have the amount of villagers you need to really back it up, you know, to get all the upgrades to keep your dogs pumping. Here with Mayans and plumed archers you can argue, of course, but still, just look at the difference. Still, well played, both teams. Really liked this one. And yeah, there will be more playoff matches, and then eventually the final bracket in this RTS League season, right? So, let's go back.